Hey everybody, welcome back to the Visual Historian Podcast, straight from New Orleans. And we are dealing with some cold weather right now. According to the news and all of our warnings that went to our phone the last couple of days, I mean, our trees should be exploding here too in New Orleans, but they are not. I have a friend of mine I've been knowing for a very long time, actually, and originally was working with her mom in the wedding industry. And as long as I've known Miss Brittany over here, this is what she does. So I was like, you would be the perfect candidate to be on the show to help me, talk about our local industry, what's in, what's not, and most importantly, those people who are also wanting to be self-employed, wanting to do this industry. Maybe you're working for your parents at one point in time, or you're going to take over the family business. You, my dear, are the perfect person to get on the podcast. So ladies and gentlemen, Miss Brittany Adams, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just living the dream. I mean, kids are home from school. I say kids, Jackson in high school now, but yeah, they're home instead of working. So they're in my space.
I know.
They're kind of in my workspace.
Right.
All is good. So what was your agenda for today and what is actually happening?
Today, we are just kind of catching up from the weekend. Just trying to, get a little, caught up on these emails from, all the being out on Friday. Not really out Friday, but, Friday's kind of a busy work day for us.
Absolutely.
As we get prepared for the weekend.
Absolutely. So if
but kids are home, you're right. So
right.
Trying to survive that too.
That's what I'm seeing everywhere. I'm watching the Today Show. That's what they're talking about is when like they have callers like, texting in or whatever saying, so it's a snow day. Can we like eliminate screen time and just let the kids go do what they do? They're like, yeah, man, just go.
It doesn't count today because work doesn't stop when
Absolutely.
It's quote unquote snow day with no snow.
Right. I know. I think
but okay. I'm okay with that because we don't do snow in New Orleans.
No.
We don't know what to do with it anyway.
No, I was kind of laughing on the news when I saw the salt truck thingy, and I'm like, we have one of those? Do we even have one?
I think we have one. I think we have one in the whole state.
I think it's the one. And he was like, I
do hope we learned our lesson from last year, right?
No, learn a lesson. What are you talking about? You're lucky. We're still telling stories about last year. They're all fun too.
Oh my God. I really at one point thought we might die. Like, I don't really know what's happening there.
Oh, it was the coolest thing ever. Wait. You got to hear this. So my buddy, Pat, I did not realize his family was originally more up north and stuff, or his mom, I think she grew up north and she gave, we're on the levee. Okay. I live by the levee. Imagine snow. We have never seen snow like this. We had a couple of feet. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was rideable, go up the levee and slide down somehow. Of course, this is New Orleans. We have no way of doing that minus the beach trip, floaties or something that we can get on the raft and try to do.
Exactly.
Pat comes over and he goes, bro, I totally forgot that my mom gave me like her old sled. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, I'm bringing over a sled, an actual flipping sled from my mom's childhood. It's in great shape and everything. I'm like, okay. Dude, the kids were going.
What do we know about a sled?
Nothing at all. And I tell you what, man, that thing worked. I was really impressed. Yeah, man, the kids are going down. The adults were going down like once or twice because, the sled does not have shocks. So you are still going down a levee, The snow just makes you feel good about yourself. That's about it.
Yeah. We didn't do so well with the snow. My kids loved it, but it took me longer to get them dressed to go outside than I actually spent time outside. And so by about the third time, I was like, I'm done with this. I'm like, I don't care. You're not going back out there. Like, we're done. On top of like they're home, they have to do schoolwork. I have clients that are freaking out because, we've got events this weekend. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. The moment I can't get out of my driveway. So like, I don't know what to tell you. I got nothing. Look, hurricane, I can totally get us through that.
Yeah.
Snow, I got nothing. I got nothing.
No, I'm lost. It's like, did the one salt truck come down your street? Because you may be, non-salted in the house. I don't know. It's like a dessert candy. It's just so weird. Yeah, my family laughs at me because I'm not a fan of the super cold.
No, I don't do cold at all. I'm not built for this.
No. And if you've never been to New Orleans, our weather is oddly, how do we say it? It's extra. Let's say it's extra. It's not just 92 degrees. It's 92 degrees feeling like a million because of the damn humidity.
Right.
And we're dying of breathing. It's thicker air. It's crazy. Well, in the winter, it's the opposite effect. It feels colder and it stings colder because of the humidity in the air. So you've got this thing.
But George, we don't usually get cold. And so the last couple of years, we've gotten like really cold. And I don't know about you, but I don't remember this as a kid. Like, no. I don't remember. Like, we got like a couple of days. We get weeks.
Yeah.
We get months of cold.
Yeah.
So this whole new like getting cold thing is not okay. I'm not okay with it at all.
No, we do not have a winter. It's like we don't have a winter wardrobe. We have winter stuff in case it's cold. Like I've got a couple of sweaters,
but like
a jacket.
Cold for us is like that 1 or 2 days a year when it gets like 50, or,
like
a little bit below that. We're like,
yeah. It's like wrap your pipes.
It's 29 degrees outside, and I'm like, I don't. What?
It's like, wait a second.
What do I do with that?
Does the thermostat go backwards? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I legit have only a handful of winter stuff. So God forbid if we ever do need to wrap our pipes in. Oh, which by the way, I did not let the water run last night. I just didn't. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do it. And nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I have a raised house. My whole house is PEX, so apparently I don't have to do anything. That's what I was told. So
yeah, this morning, wifey's like, "Did you run the water last night?" I'm like, "For what?" She goes, freezing. I went, "Oh, that was last night. I thought that was tonight." I'm like, "Oh my God!" Did you see the TikTok? I can't tell if it was AI or not, but somebody caught an exploding tree on camera. I really wonder if it's AI, but
yeah, I'm guessing probably AI.
It's that real. I mean, I guess it is real, but wow, exploding trees because it's too cold. The water and the sap in the inside of the tree freezes, which, by the way, I thought comes together, right? If it's freezing, if it's hot, it expands. So it's kind of wild that a tree would explode. Like the whole science behind it is weird to me. Very, very weird to me. Oh my good Lord, man.
Yeah, no, I have not seen that yet, but
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I just this whole cold in New Orleans thing is weird for me. I mean, I've done weddings. I did a wedding last year in New York, and in October when we did that wedding, it was cold. Like it was what I would consider like New Orleans winter.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were cold, but I had to go there in February. That year, and so, but it was there was snowing around. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like we lived like this, and then it snowed in New Orleans, and I was like, I'm not doing this. Like this cannot be a normal for me.
It's following you.
So yeah, no, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I can't survive.
That is too funny.
And of course, I called my friends who live up there, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, are you sending us your snow? And they were like, we don't have any snow. What are you talking about? I'm like, this is insane.
Right. Oh, wait a second. I just talked to somebody last week, and she was a guest somewhere, and we were just chit-chat, and then she was telling me how she was from Colorado, and I'm like, hey, the last time I was there was my cousin's wedding. I love Colorado. We were there right before the snow came, so it was still beautiful, but, and she's like, yeah, we, need some snow. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, if we don't get some snow soon, there's a high possibility that we could have fires. I'm like, what? She goes, what? Yeah. She goes, yeah, we normally have several feet of snow by now, and that'll carry us all through, I forget what she said, May or March, like big old heavy snow. She goes, we normally have so much snow on the mountain, we actually allow our water to divert to the other town below that needs it more than we do because we normally have a lot of snow. We wouldn't be able to put out our own fires like California. I'm like, are you kidding me? She's like, yeah. She goes, we just need a good snow, but it just hasn't happened yet. And we're like mid-January. Now we're at the end of January. I'm like, okay.
Of course. And then, but it's going to freeze. We're going to freeze to death in New Orleans.
Yeah. With our one saw truck that we can't go anywhere,
Right, exactly.
I forget the name. Of course, they had to zoom into the name of the machine that the saw truck was. And I forget what the heck it was called. It was a cool name. I want to remember the name. It was something quirky, like Salt Dropper, or I don't know what the heck it was called. It was just funny. Oh my gosh. So for our listeners, tell us what you do. I know you mainly wedding planning, weddings and all, but I know you do a lot of events, private events. We share a lot of the same stuff, but kind of give the rundown to our listeners what you do and have been doing.
So we Unique Weddings started in 2001, and so we've been event planners since I would say the beginning of 2001, and so we're going on almost 25 years in business here coming in February. And then a few years ago, we kind of started to transition and started doing venue management. And so we represent the Capitol on Baronne in the CBD. And so we handle all of the bookings and we handle all of the catering and bar and, the day-to-day operations there. On top of that, we also have Barillo's and the Marini, which is a much smaller venue, does about 100, max about 100 people, whereas Capitol does max about 700 people. So we've kind of transitioned into venue management, but still all in all the same, events are events. And, whether you're planning from a venue standpoint or just from a planner standpoint, it's all kind of about, it's all the same pieces and parts.
Yeah. Well, it's really neat. So, the Capitol is an older bank, a very old bank in general in New Orleans, right? It's got a historical factor to it.
Yes, it was built in 1927.
Wow.
It was built originally as Canal Bank, and nice. It was a bank, and so we took it over in 2018. So wow. It is really a cool space. The architect on this building was Emilio Weil, and he also built a Sanger. So we actually share some of the same architecture with the Sanger. Okay,
that makes sense now when you look up. Whenever I'm there, I can't help it. I kind of get lost with walking around. So I have this. Okay, I love being there on events, and there's a lot of people. But when you go upstairs, it's like a little quiet space because normally people are not upstairs; they're all downstairs. And
right.
For those that have not been in this building, it's huge. Like, what's the square footage of just downstairs? It's all half a football field. It's big.
So the main portion where we host events is roughly around 12,000 square feet.
Wow. Yeah. That's not small. That's awesome.
But you know what I will say though, George, it's a unique space in that, we've done events as small as 100. And obviously we've done them as big as 700, right? So it's a neat space in that it transitions really well from really big to small.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. The weird thing is you walk in and yes, you kind of get the idea of the space of it, but you're right. You don't get really swallowed because, man, from a design standpoint,
it's all about orientation too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's all about orientation. I mean, the room transitions really well. So you can move things around. And so, and it's all about making sure that you're putting things in placing things so that it makes the space feel full.
Exactly. And I love how that whole wall is a bar with several bartenders. So your events are smooth. People are not aggravatedly in line waiting for a drink.
Yeah, so there's nothing worse than feeling like all you did all night long was stay in line to get a drink.
Yes. That's our...
and as a planner, I think that was one of the big things when we took over the space. We're like, okay, we want to implement things that as a planner, we feel like are really important for guest satisfaction into what we do as a venue, right? But, my mom started our planning firm in 2001, but she was a director of catering before she did this, right? So when she became a planner, she'd already had 15 years in the business. So she already knew the ins, the outs, things that, what needed to do to make her event successful from a planning standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of neat to watch her go back into that role when we took over the event space.
Yeah. And that's huge, man. That really is huge. With my friends and family, when my dad, I say we're at Thanksgiving, right? And everybody's like, so how you been? How's your weddings last weekend or your big event you had? And I always wind up talking about the planning part of it. In other words, who's the team that I'm working with? Because it makes such a huge difference on the outcome of the event, from how smooth it went to how nice it is to, communication.
Oh, 100%.
It's just straight up communication. I mean, good Lord. There's so many people that want to be into our industry, but they don't have those years of experience. Like you're saying, like your mom has a very unique catalog of experience from the catering side of it. That's running an event, with everything. So going into wedding planning, hate to say that it's kind of easier, but I mean, she only has to worry about you.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
It definitely is easier to go from, having a catering background, running events for a venue or a hotel to into planning, right? Because there's so many aspects that cross over. The biggest thing I would say that doesn't cross between venue to planning would be like design, right? So, that's I think the thing that's unique about being a planner is that, yes, we know all of these things but then you have to be able to make, create what your clients want and bring that vision to life. And so, I think that sets people, that sets you apart. Everybody thinks, oh, I can make things pretty, right? Because everybody can get on Pinterest now. In 2001, there was no Pinterest.
Right.
So she had to be very creative.
Right.
But then coming back from that and coming from planning back into a venue was interesting to watch, because she still wears her planner hat a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll watch her having a conversation. She's like, well, logistically that doesn't work. And I'm like, shh, be quiet. It's not your job.
Oh man, look, I love a strong woman. That's a big reason why I love you and your mom. I mean, I married a strong woman. My mother-in-law's a strong woman. I've always been around people that say what they mean what they say. And business wise, that's invaluable. It really is.
Right.
Just somebody to be able to tell you, no, that's not a fantastic idea. Let me just show you why I like your idea, and let's see how we can make it happen the correct way. And that's, I think, all people really need is that guidance, like to hear them, and then, okay, well, let me show you how to make it happen the correct way. And I think that's what they're paying us for. I mean, I'll even get phone calls and they're like, gee, what about doing XYZ at this time frame? And they obviously know nothing about what it takes time-wise to do certain things. So it's a valid question. But, the one thing that I always have a problem with is the lack of communication with some of these younger, less experienced planners, that they'll send me the itinerary without, I never even knew she had a planner. Call me, man. Text me. I'm literally everywhere. You can find me everywhere, and just kind of give me a heads up. But to send me the itinerary without even knowing how many hours I'm covering, it's like, she's did all this time on the planning, and she has no idea I'm here for 7 hours, not 10 that she has a schedule for. So those are the kind of things that I love. Yeah. I mean, from a planning standpoint, I tell my clients all the time, like, there's nothing worse for me than to walk into a situation and be like, oh, surprise. As wedding vendors, we don't like surprises. Brides don't like surprises on their wedding day, right? So especially when we're talking to brides initially, we want to get into the details of it, right? So, I think what's different, Michelle and I, especially from a planning standpoint, is we don't do like month of, day of planning, because it's not beneficial to me. That's chaotic. To helping my client, and it's not beneficial to my client, right? Because you've already made all of these decisions, you've done all of these things, but now we got to change it. Yeah. So we don't do it, know, and the big reason is for
because of the photographers. Because
Mm-hmm.
once you book somebody and they created a package for you, it's hard to undo it.
Well,
And
yeah.
especially a month before.
Right.
So
Right.
we get in, especially with photographers, we start talking to a client. The very first thing we do when we start talking timeline is talk about the photographer. How many hours do we have them booked? Okay, well, because that's going to play a huge role in how we lay out your day.
Absolutely. Plus, you know
and
everybody
then
in town. You know, you know how
yes,
people
but there's
work.
a lot of new photographers.
Yeah.
I mean, for the ones that I know, it's easy to be like, we'll put together a preliminary timeline. And a lot of times I'll send it to them and say, hey guys, take a look at this. Let me know if we need to tweak anything from your standpoint. But I feel like you have to do that months in advance, not a couple of weeks.
Right. Right.
I mean, a lot of times I try to do it before we even book a photographer, send them a preliminary, like, hey, we think our day might look something like this. What do you think? Before they even sign a contract.
Right. Right. I'm finding that more and more to be true. Like, in other words, I'm getting more questions that are more reasonable, meaning because my whole thing is, and I'm just like you, I'm so used to working with you guys and other event teams to where time is our real planning device. It's all about time, and you can't do a champagne event on a beer budget, which I get that. But
Correct.
Magically, we find ways, to make things happen. But time is something we can't alter. It's moving.
Right.
It's breathing. It's not going to stop for us. It's the only thing we really kind of can't control. We're just trying to, fit all these things into this moving project. So I can totally imagine you smile when you see me or somebody else that you've worked with a half a dozen thousand times, and you know how we work, so you know what we can do in this time frame. It's very difficult when you don't know somebody that is not, maybe it's their first 5 weddings. You don't know that, and it's like something that took me 3 minutes.
Somebody I haven't worked with. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to how do I get in a groove, with somebody I don't know?
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Right. That's my whole thing. I'm constantly paying attention to my watch. And whenever I do get a phone call about, say we're doing a first look, now we're doing a first look to the bridesmaids and to dad, and when they decide to also do the groom. It's all time.
Yeah.
And
now you're talking about an hour and a half.
Easy. Yeah, easy. And it's like, okay, so we need to count backwards. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, okay, this is like this is how I tell my 16-year-old son. If I have to be downtown somewhere and it takes me normally 20 minutes, then add another 20 for traffic. All right. So that's just how long it takes me to get there.
Yep.
And then, blah, blah, blah. So looking backwards, how long is your event? What time are you ending? And then you keep doing this backwards thing and you start realizing, okay, we have breathing room or we have too much, and that's where you come in. So you got to make that call sometimes. And it's easier when you can see it ahead of time,
And that's why, that's why we do things the way we do it, because it is so important to do it from the beginning.
So what's one of the craziest things that somebody may have added last minute and said, make it work? I'm sure we've all had them to some degree.
To a timeline?
Just last minute surprise. I know there's so many. There really is so many. People don't realize how many things that we deal with on the fly, not the pre-designed paper. The pre-designed paper is just a guide. Sometimes things change on the day of, cars break down, things don't show up.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't have a ton of those. And I don't know if that's just because I'm so neurotic. I don't do well with big changes like that. I mean, I've had people randomly stand up and start giving a toast, and I'm like, "Who are you and what are you doing?" But I'm, But I haven't had. I don't have a lot of surprises, and I think it's just because I am so. I hate to say it, but I'm just kind of neurotic, and I don't I ask all the questions because I don't like surprises. I don't do well with them.
Agreed. Agreed.
I mean.
How many times have we been on?
I don't do well when people are late. I'm like, what are we doing? I mean, that's not true. Because last weekend we were in Jackson Square doing pictures, and all of a sudden the photographer calls me and she's like, hey, we have a permit, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, there's a band or something in the square. I'm like, what are you talking about? And of course I'm at the Cabildo, so I'm overseeing setup, and I go outside and I'm like, what is this? And they're like, you don't know. And I'm like, It's a protest, George. A protest in the middle of Jackson Square. And I'm like,
no.
what are you doing? What are you doing? And they're like, we're protesting. I'm like, what are you protesting?
Right.
And it was some, and I was like, it was like something with the church. And I was like, go to Decatur and protest. I don't care, but I have a permit. You don't, so get out.
You're right. You still need a permit to do that stuff. You do?
Yeah, but you still can't do this.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I have a permit and you're in my space and now you're messing up my timeline.
Right.
And the guy was like, well, and I was like, all of a sudden there's these two sheriff's officers and they're walking like towards me. So I start going to them and I'm like, hey, like, can you get them out of here? And I'm like, well, they're protesting. I'm like, I don't care. Let them go protest somewhere else. I'm like, I have a permit.
Right.
And he's like, they're messing up my picture schedule. And he's like, well, I really can't like infringe on their First Amendment rights. And I was like, well, I have a permit. I had to go drop off a check.
I'm legal.
I had to file. What do you mean? I'm like, their First Amendment right to disrupt my peace. Not today. I'm not in the mood. Like, get out.
That is so true, though. It's like, wait. I'm legal,
and he's
buddy.
just like, and of course, the cops looking at me like, lady, you're putting me in a bad spot. And finally, I look at the guy and I went, I'm not trying to be an ass, but like,
do your job.
You're in my way and you're messing up my client's wedding day. I'm like, just go protest down Decatur. I don't really care. Get out of Jackson Square. Go to the other side. And so the guy was like, he just kind of looked at me and he was like, okay, well, we'll just go this way. And I was like, great, go to the other side of the statue. I'm like, I don't care, but like, get out of the space. And he was
right.
Like,
right.
Okay. And of course, my clients are like, did you really just like break up the protest? And I was like,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, they're on a permit.
Yep.
It was like,
oh,
okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, thank you. I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for this today. I'm like, I'm like, Stella, okay? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, you need a drink? And they were like, no, I think we're good. Like,
welcome to New Orleans, bitch.
I'll be doing what I'm doing and like, call me if you need me.
Yeah.
And the photographer's like in stitches. She's like, what did you just do? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what? Like, does nobody else can nobody else do this?
That's the problem. People
nobody does
watch.
that, Brittany. She's like, you just she's like, no. She's like, nobody does that. She's like, we would have just probably worked around it. And I was like, no. We saw a permit. I had to drive down to the permits office and physically deliver a check.
Right.
Because, New Orleans mail, the client's check got lost in the mail, right?
Yep.
So,
oh, yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
That is
the
so
inconvenience
true.
they were not going to inconvenience me more.
Right.
And they were messing up my timeline.
Absolutely. So, that's what I'm talking about.
Done.
Man.
So, I mean, I guess if that's the kind of surprise you want to talk about.
Yeah, that's it. but that's what we're all used to doing. And the funny thing is usually other people that will willing to help you when they see that you need the help. So I'm surprised the cops actually didn't do more besides just.
Yeah, but I think they get such a bad rap. The cops do.
Right.
They're like, look, we don't really know what to do here.
Right.
I mean, there was a lot of them.
There's two of us here.
They weren't like disruptive.
Right.
Like they weren't disruptive. They weren't like, screaming obscenities or anything. They were just, I don't even really know what they were protesting. The guy tried to tell me and I still didn't understand what he was saying. And I was like, I don't care. Get away from just get out. I don't care.
Did he at least have signs? Did he have one sign? They had be holding something.
There was one, but it was like I could only see the back of it and I wasn't trying to go. Anyway, I guess it just wasn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't care that much.
That is so true. Yeah.
And he was just like looking at me like, oh, God, and I can only imagine what he's probably thinking, this lady is crazy. Let's just get out of here.
I think it's awesome that they actually moved. The fact that they even moved was just impressive as all hell. Never mess with an angry woman. I keep telling people that, man. Don't do it.
Angry wedding planners, don't mess with our timeline. We're not playing.
The cops would have been easy. Now you got to mess with her. The cops would have said, y'all move along now. You come out there just blazing at level 20. It's kind of like, y'all need to move.
Well, because you know as well as I do, there's nothing worse than upset clients on their wedding day. And, they're looking at you like, what do we do now? And of course, they're all, I had two grooms. So both my grooms are looking at me like, what do we do? The photographer looks like deer in headlights. The videographer doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, and then I've got grandma freezing and mom and dads who are like, what is going on? We can't take our pictures. And I'm like, I've had enough of this.
Oh yeah. No. And look,
and I got groomsmen who, they don't know what to do. They're like, oh, I'm like, okay, here we go.
Isn't it funny how the dudes just kind of freeze? It's like, we've been kind of trained to not, be an issue. But yeah, man, this is what just happens when you care. I mean, we've cared about our clients for.
Yeah, I mean, we spent a year planning this event.
Yes.
Yeah, but we spent a year planning an event. You expect to do certain things. We want it to be a certain way. And there's nothing worse to me than going through all of this, just have something completely landslide their day and them not, get what they want because of somebody else.
Truth.
Not because of something they did or, but because something unexpected happened. And I don't, protest or not, I'm not, whatever. But don't disrupt, don't ruin anybody else's day.
No. And look, man, we have way too many logistics we need to abide by to make it all work anyway. So any further speed bumps is not I don't want any of that crap on my agenda. It's like, oh dear God, we already have.
And it was already a tough enough day with the construction down there.
How long is that supposed to go? By the way, you heard about how much that's going to cost?
Who knows?
Oh Lord,
no.
So somebody told me the cathedral, the actual stucco on the outside of the building, the actual plaster, whatever the hell it is, it's just been so old that pieces are starting to fall. And it's a big problem. So they're having to not do just like one section. I believe they're doing like either the whole side or the whole thing. But it's something ridiculous. I'm going to be wrong if I throw a price out. Somebody did tell me it was something like 40 million.
I heard it was going to be pink.
Really?
That's what it was originally. So it's going back to whatever it was when it was first built.
Get out. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm
Not
glad.
like bubblegum pink.
Right.
Like a very, very light pink, but it's going to be pink.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Not really sure how to feel about it. I haven't told, well, I guess I just told the whole world, but I haven't told any of my brides specifically because I don't know what color it's going to be. I don't know how pink it's going to be.
I know. Is it like one of those?
I haven't seen any colors. I just heard it's going to be pink.
Is it one of those like it goes on pink, it dries white? I don't know. Oh wow.
No, I don't think so. But I do know it is a very, very subtle, very light pink is what I was told.
Yeah.
Because I was like bubble. Because when they first told me, I went like bubblegum pink or like baby pink, and they were like, no, it's really light. And I was like, hey.
I wonder if that has anything to do with like deterring the termites or something. I don't know.
No, I don't know idea. But when it was built originally, apparently that's what color it was.
Wow. Okay. I'm about to go. I'm about to go dig up some history books. But all those old things are.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing. I should probably go look, but
I don't know if there is.
Sure. Yeah. No,
that's
but
cool.
Apparently, yeah. We'll see.
That's so cool.
So we shall see.
That is so awesome, man. It's gonna be different.
But also, it's a mess. Well, first of all, Jackson Square right now is a mess because of the cathedral construction. But then there's a big giant hole in the ground in front of Tableau. So that's makes logistically in that area is a disaster.
If people did a little research on the history of how we built on top of what we were, so many of those buildings were originally built with like the river sand from down by the river that bring it over and use that with their concrete mix or whatever. So there's a lot of super duper old ways of how this place was built that, come on, over time, things change, things move, hence the holes, hence the whatever. I have a fun fact for any tourist who's down here. When you're walking around downtown, look at the buildings, look at the line of the gutter of the building. Just look at lines in general. Nothing is really honestly straight around here. Like, it's just not anymore. Nothing is straight. When I'm doing shoots downtown and engagement sessions or whatever it is that I'm photographing, whenever I get back home, I'm on a computer and I'm like, was I crooked? And I'm looking at my lines and the line of the gutter of the house, and then you glance down to the sidewalk, They're two very different things. They are not the same, you know?
No.
Which just kind of goes to show you things are moving slowly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things too. I think, you know, I have met with a client the other day and she was saying how, you know, they really wanted to do, I'm seeing more and more seated dinners. I don't know if you're seeing that. But I'm seeing more and more seated dinners. And the problem is that our buildings, our event spaces just aren't conducive to a seated dinner, especially for big groups. And that's what I was trying to explain to somebody that the other day. I'm like, we're just old houses, old buildings. Like they weren't designed for these kinds of events in mind. And so I think that's something that I think people are starting to really, you know, having to try to understand right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially how many tables they need, you know, like how many people, like even Antoine's upstairs, like it's not super big.
Right.
Oh, I didn't notice. Did you know that Antoine's is like the oldest still open restaurant in the world or the country? I think the world.
I think it's the country. Yeah, maybe. But yes.
Yeah. Somebody told me that. I was like, get the hell out of here. I mean, that's impressive, but it also goes to show you how long ago these things were built, you know? And that's something I did not put into perspective. I wonder if that's a lot of people getting married that are maybe from more up north that want to do seated dinners, because it's not a normal thing down here, unless it's an engagement, the rehearsal dinner maybe.
No, I mean, I definitely, or, you know, obviously New Orleans is like the destination city in the country to get married, right? People love New Orleans. We always kind of fluctuate between number one and number two. But I am seeing more and more, because, you know, even when, you know, years ago or, you know, pre-COVID, you know, clients would come from New York or California, whatever, but they would kind of embrace that reception style event. And now they're like, no, wait, that's what we want. And so I'm seeing more and more of them, but it's definitely an interesting perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I do a wedding somewhere else, it's not shocking. It's just cool to see a different way of doing things. But at the same time, I have this comparison on why our weddings are more fun and higher energy. You know, like people are more into the party aspect of this couple because we don't have sit down dinners. We don't have long toasts breaking up the wedding day. We just don't. You know, if you want a fun flipping wedding that's going to be beautiful, stunning, you're going to love the food, your guests are going to be like, this is the best party I've ever been to in my life, have a wedding here. Okay? We just know how the flow of the party works. We are great at being a host. We're good at it. So not to say other places don't have fun events. It's just like my weddings in New York, they're much longer. You know, you have the ceremony, you have time to go change. And then you show up for cocktail hour, and then it's the thing, and it is a dinner, and then they dance after dinner. It's just a much longer spread out thing, and they're used to that. That's totally cool. We're just more.
We're not.
Yeah, we're just very dynamic.
And I will say too, you know, the one interesting thing is that, you know, in New York, you know, their cocktail hour is like our wedding, right? Like the way that they, you know, put out food and things like this will be like a New Orleans wedding. Like we pass hors d'oeuvres and we've got stations and like, so I do try to tell people like, you know, when you do a wedding in New York, right? What's the best part of it? Like, oh, cocktail hour. I'm like, think about that as your whole event in New Orleans. And they're like, like, everybody loves cocktail hour.
We need to, I think we need to
we just do that part.
Yeah. I think we need to like delete the word buffet out of the vocabulary, because it's really not the kind of, it's not a buffet like you think. I mean, it's elegant. It's displayed, you know what I mean? Beautiful silverware and all. It's, it's not a buffet like A&G cafeteria by any means. I mean, you're right. It's a lot like that cocktail hour.
I'm trying to tell people. Yeah, I tell people all the time, like it's reception style. Like don't say it's a buffet, because that says something very different.
Very different.
It's not a buffet. It's reception style. Think tapas. Like each station you go to is like a small meal.
It's true.
Right? Like it's true. It's kind of like a course.
And the way we have it laid out,
it's not a buffet.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not just one long table you get in a line for. These stations, you're right, the stations are around the room in different areas, so the place moves and breathes, and nobody's stepping on each other. And Like I rarely,
Right.
I rarely see. There's rarely a quote unquote line for the food. I mean, there may be one like in the beginning, people are starving and they go ahead
Yeah,
and they
so
go.
usually at the very beginning.
That's it though.
Yeah.
And then, but you can eat throughout the entire flipping event, and they keep refilling the stations whenever they get low, which is nice. So if you're looking at the line, it's kind of like let the grandmas eat first. You know, let's drink and dance and have some fun.
Have a drink.
We'll eat later to sober up. You know.
There you go. Yeah, eat after you get a buzz.
That's the only way to do it. I don't know why everybody does it any way different.
Right.
That is so cool. So yeah, I need to come see y'all over at the Capitol later this week.
Yeah.
Just to bring you some things. But I always love working with you. Whenever I see your name on the docket, I get excited because one, I love working with friends. Two, I know how things are gonna go. Like, you know what I mean? It's so much different when you have this large event, and it's stressful enough because it is what it is. It's already large. It's already at these places. You know, getting around is already going to be a thing. But man, when you see people on the docket that is the vendors, you know how they work and how quick we can be. You know, nobody's talking down to each other. Like we all just coexist and make shit happen fast. I love that. So that's why I wanted to get you on here, kiddo, because you are very good at what you do. You know, people love you. I love you. Seriously, you know, and we all get too busy in our life to not take 2 seconds to do something like this. That's one big reason why I love my podcast. People find time to do a phone call, and it's great to catch up.
Right.
And, you know, it's great to catch up, but also share with the rest of whoever is listening to what we do and how we do. And in a couple of weeks, I am going to start doing adding video to the podcast because we are also on YouTube and Spotify. If you look if you look at Joe Rogan, if you listen to Joe Rogan's podcast on Spotify, it's actually in video form also. So you can just look at your phone and see the video. So that's becoming more and more popular, which I kind of giggle. It's like, so the podcast is basically just becoming another YouTube channel, you know, but people love that visual. People
people just want to see. I was going to say, people want to see you.
Absolutely. Plus the things that we're talking about, it'd be so cool. I've got, you know, me doing photography and now some video hybrid stuff. I have so much content, and it'd be nice to be able to show people all the cool things that we actually do. Speaking of, it's Mardi Gras time. Are you guys getting the balls at the Capitol? Mardi Gras balls?
You know, we did for a couple of years. We did them. We don't have any this year.
Really?
But they all kind of rotate. So like we did a couple crews, and then, you know, we did them for a couple of years, and they rotate to a new venue. So that's just kind of how it works. So we'll see. But you know, it's hard because I think we're in a weird spot, right? Where we could do some, but we're a little bit too small for some of the big ones.
Right.
So I think we'll have to see. But, you know, some of the smaller crews, we've already done.
That's cool.
So we'll have to see what comes over the next few years.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. It's a Monday over here in New Orleans, you guys. So us event people, after the weekend, Mondays are supposed to be our down day, but all it really is a catch up. Yeah. It's just a catch up day.
It's a catch up. It's a day we can do email, and, you know, we're quote unquote off, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a half day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And look, whatever you've heard about us being quote unquote the Big Easy, we're fun, but we're not laid back to where things don't get done. I mean, we are on top of it. We have to be on top of it. I don't know about you. I can't stand being behind. I hate being behind.
No.
You know.
I don't like when I have, you know, too many emails piled up.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody sent me a quote, or they responded to something, and I didn't see it for like a day, and I thought it was a million years by the time I got back to them, you know. And they wrote back, "Oh, thank you so much for a prompt response," and I'm like, "That was slow." People are used to slower than that, and that's just not how we are. We like being on top of things.
Right, I agree.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I just I'm with you. So yeah, I'm just catching up today and getting ready for the weekend.
Heck yeah. So do you have any plans? Do you have any fun plans for Mardi Gras? Do you have like a certain day or two y'all go out there? You know?
I mean, we usually do
Like
kind of like that weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
Before. So we do like, Endymion, Bacchus, but we do like the daytime stuff with the kids.
Same.
And then, we say Metairie for Mardi Gras Day. I don't take them downtown.
Yeah. Hey man, Metairie's gotten really cool. Which parade is it? They're advertising a lot more like the local bands and like on the floats. It's just really neat. I mean, Metairie, I grew up in Metairie, so that's all I really knew until later in life. And you're right, it is much more family. Much more family. Yeah,
but it feels safer for some reason, with the kids. I probably because that's just what we know. But we have a spot, so that makes it easier.
Well, my son, he's in the band. He plays drums, like I used to play drums. So he's with Jesuit. I think he's in Carrollton, and I think it's Bacchus. Yeah, it is Bacchus. That's a long parade.
So you have to walk.
Yeah. And I'm
you have to walk with him.
Yeah, and I would have done it anyway. But when he first his 8th grade year at Jesuit, my wife texts me. She's at the meeting, for the school thingy in the band, and of course they need their volunteers, and the parents are big on volunteering here in New Orleans area. Anyway, we a lot of our parents like being involved, and some is just for the camaraderie, and then the other part is you're there for your kid, which is great.
Right.
She texts me and she goes, so. Photographer dude is leaving. Can I put your name down since it's what you do for a living? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So that being said, I'm there for just about everything. If I don't have a job, that's what I'm doing. And
Got it.
So I will be on the parade route. You'll see me in my little fedora, and I will have my camera. And it's neat as we're walking down the street. I'll be hearing, yo, GK! I'm like, yo, who's that? It's dark, man. And I'm high-fiving and hugging.
Right, gets it.
Yeah. So my son laughs at me. The whole drum line is like, dude, your dad's a celebrity. Oh, my God.
We just know everybody,
Yeah.
It's I don't know about you. I can't hardly go anywhere without knowing someone everywhere I go.
And look, that is one of the absolute...
Which is a great part about our city, too.
That's what I was going to say. It's the one thing that I love. Like, I really do love about our smaller city because of that. I feel like I've seen everybody at least 3 times in my life. Like, everybody in the city, I've probably seen you somewhere, whether that's at Winn-Dixie, the gas station. I don't know. I've seen your face,
Right.
So that is really cool. But listen, we are absolutely going to do this again, but maybe the next time I'll come to you.
Sounds good.
We'll do the video part of it, and then we can do some walk around. You can kind of show off your building and all that good stuff. But so many good stories. Oh, thank you. Oh,
I'm sure. I'm sure we could sit down and over a glass of wine or two, come up with some stories from way back when, huh?
Oh, geez. We have them, man. We have. Look,
I'm sure we do.
Friends of mine will be like, yo, George, you never thought about like writing a book? I'm like, I need everybody to be. I said, I need to be dead first before I can release the book.
Right.
I said, I don't talk about nobody. No. I'm a brick wall. I do have a lot of stories, but they're internal. Like either they would have to be dead, or I'd have to write the book, die, and then say release this once I'm gone. It's just so cool.
I had an assistant for years. And she kept saying she was going to write a book, and she was going to call it. It would be called From Water to Vodka.
Yes.
The Stories of a Wedding Planner.
I like that. That's awesome. We should make that happen.
Yeah, we should.
So cool. Oh my gosh. Well, listen, thank you for being on. I'm going to...
you're so welcome. Thank you.
Oh, this was fun. Yeah, next time we'll definitely do the video part of it, and anything you guys have to get out to the public that you want to do as far as a PSA or whatever it is, just let me know. You're always welcome,
Okay, George. Thanks so much.
All right, Hugo, I'm going to get us out of here.
All right.
Thank you for listening to The Visual Historian straight from New Orleans, y'all. Later. For your next wedding or private event, go to capitalnola.com. And as always, anything photography related, contact me at www.gkphotography.com. And I'll be talking to you soon.